You want your name on the cover of that book.
You don't just want to open the door, you want to be able to go through it yourself, right? That's what EDG, I think, are looking to do today. They've already got to this point, but now they're looking to go further.
And how wide is this doorway now we're looking at the map pool?
I think it's closing a little bit. I mean, you have a tough choice if you're EDG here. You're either going to have to play that Ascent or the Icebox, neither of which map EDG has loved all that much, and both of which have looked super strong for Leviathan. They're undefeated on that Icebox thus far here.
EDG also ban Sunset second round, which is a map they love to play, and go towards Abyss, which they have not played at all in Champions. They did play a bit in China.
I'm telling you, Jeff.
Leviathan, a team that has players who've done it, that have lifted trophies, and they're looking to go once again to those grand finals.
Barriers will drop.
It's going to be the spot out, and that's going to be the continue push forward here, trying to see if they can punish EDG, trying to retake that space. Instead,
Make his way into garage, so nobody going to be taken down. So now out of the hands here.
it's a straight four-man push through mid, and Aspas domes Kong.
Just finding an absolute monstrous headshot. Furthering that man advantage now. 5v3 for the retake. Left wrapping their way around three-man approach rather from Snowman. Close hold from the side of EDG. Pop flash through the wall. The jump out. They're only able to find one as Simon will fall, and that's the cleanup as Smoggy dies. The Fuse will come in, and Lev will close out the opening pistol round.
So powerful. So many teams leaning into it against these ecos, but Kong with that ghost in hand, looking to go on a bit of an explore up the mid tube. And
there's the first. Aspas up on top of yellow. Kong now storming his way up into kitchen. Does get pinged by that recon. The turret as well, noting him as Mazzino. Is able to drop nobody. Looks for another and will have it. Simon going to be taken down now. He just won off the ult. He's got it online. Another three-peat.
With Tex, try to hold down the back angle. Give up a little bit of space to EDG. There is that Killjoy util towards the front of the A site that they can pop to try to slow down this attack, buy a little bit extra time for this retake.
And not only that, but they have that Reckoning online here from Mazzino. And there it is, immediately coming through. Kong not able to steady the aim. Does manage to fall to Calm. His blindside kill, but nobody quick to trade. Now
that's so scary.
And Aspas, he's holding one of them. Dash popped. Gets himself worked over into its backside. King, however, able to find one. That's Simon now down on the ground. One of the few remaining healthy players as Tex gets a swap over onto the Vandal. Chichu, however, 5 HP still fighting. Does manage to trade one back.
Around that angle. Was very well prepared. So, okay, EDG able to get that round, able to prevent the bonus conversion for Leviathan. Already pressure on a Calm. He gets out without taking any damage, though.
Yeah, I mean, wall set up to try to dissuade the push coming through into A main, but EDG just does not care about it at all. Disrespect the wall, they go pushing forward, and they're going to be rewarded with a kill as Tex does get taken down. Any and all utility that was set up here to defend this does not matter anymore. Looks like these players will be allowed to save their weapons here, but EDG carry forward 5.
And try to cut you off in rotation, try to catch you off guard, particularly Kong. Got to keep your eyes on him, but so far we haven't seen EDG do that. They've been pretty reserved. And, you know, Leviathan.
Oh, Aspas saw foot there.
Yep.
Mazzino at the same time able to find Smoggy. Aspas goes for it, tries to take the fight. Ends up losing his life, but Tex tries to hold things down. 6 shooter in hand, comes up with 1. He and Mazzino, though, tagged up a bit. Spike now in play for the side of EDG. Is Chichu trying to go on this flank, but he's so very low.
Oh, and a wall to cut off Simon.
But they're not looking for him at the moment. Mazzino turns his sights back for a brief little moment. Tex able to find another with that Sheriff, and now Simon flashing in a hand, nowhere to go but into the grave. Calm will take him down with the Hunter's Fury. And Lev will reestablish what they can draw out. But nobody is able to find one. Mazzino going to be taken down. Oh, and Calm outlurked. Cheating forward, eyes just turned over towards main. Chichu up onto the rafters, able to take him down.
What a pause called by EDG here. That high tide
noise.
Yeah.
And here comes the strike. Plant now coming back. There's Aspas and Tex can turn their sights over to here. Bite gonna go, oh, not deep enough, but King makes up for that. Hunter's Fury out, trying to flush him out of Snowman, but Kong, he's the one out into the open. Immediately gets punished, and suddenly there's a man advantage here for the side of Lev. As nobody will get taken down, it is nothing but Chichu left. Nanoswarm's not even set up. And he won't have the opportunity, I don't think, but he finds a solid first opening kill. Spamming for it, but the counter spam it out. For now, he's just trying to keep them off with this one. The Nanoswarm, it does not ricochet the way that he wanted. He's trying to isolate and conquer, but King just continues. Just the Sheriffs in hand here for Chichu and Smoggy. There's Recon, flush up Calm. They know that there's going to be someone forward there in mid, playing around tube. Calm holding that angle, finds the headshot immediately. One of the rifles now on the floor, clear out some of that util. Chichu got in a fall. Osbot shutting it down, and now Simon rushing his way over towards his A side. Just 13 seconds remaining as Kong is trying to draw some attention, trying to open something up on the opposite side of the map, but Osbot.
Simon, nobody, Chichu, everybody's had their moments for them.
Look at that drone tells all. LEV very convinced that this is going to be B, and they would be correct about that. Shots through the screen, and Kong does come away with a headshot there onto Tex. Doesn't need any damage himself as well. Now the man advantage set up here. Chichu still, however, still lurking over towards A, suspecting that there's going to be that forward push, that flank coming through. They're trying to pressure out over towards Garage. Reckoning now, second one of the half. Trigger gets pulled there by Mazzino. Sun's starting to fly. Ospas up in hand, seeking a target so far. Smokes are keeping them all obfuscated. Kong able to find a second, but Mazzino takes out nobody. Mazzino takes out everyone! As Simon and Smoggy all fall to the wayside. Now, it's just Chichu in here. As White opens things up. Kong sending out a couple blades, but ultimately not making contact there as Ospas up on top of the railing. This takes one into the shoulder. Nobody deciding to stick around here. Pit now in play. The lockdown gets ready to tick down. Looks like nobody will go ahead and sack himself to that. No double detain, as well as Smoggy is forward in the pit, just staying hidden where possible. And Mazzino, he catches a stray onto Smoggy. Kong will be able to put down King, but
ahead of the curve, but this time around again, they're taking just a little bit too long, and Leviathan is rotating in. They're going to be right here to try to contest. Ospas already with the op, up close and personal.
And there's that deep util coming into play. Chichu going to be taking out Smoggy as well as nobody. Traded out, and only Calm is found so far. Just Kong with that operator, an all-in bid. And he's just been out in the open again, taking down Simon. Last man standing, completely surrounded. Continuing to try to go aggressive. Flash in, does not catch him. Ospas getting tagged up a little bit, but still staying alive. The movement absolutely electric to watch. He's out to safety, and EDG still no closer to putting this spike on the floor. Mazzino instantly has the reckoning to cover his comrade. Ospas is back on a hard angle, and Kong is dead. Everything that they try is struck down. What? Kong can certainly chase forward if they want to. Seems like they will allow it. Oh, Kong trying to take some space. Mazzino dancing around the box. First shot here from Ospas, going to be going wide.
Only one player with full armor.
They've still just been brought to a halt, though. Now the drone to check. King, if he just cheats forward a little bit more, he can just send out that pit. Completely shut this down. Looks like they'll save it for a retake attempt. Kong able to find one. Push up into the smoke. Calm going to be eliminated. Ospas, however, still standing. And still out for blood. Just he and Tex, though, try to be the difference makers in this round and stop EDG.
Can bounce back, can fight back. A lot of noise being made here by LEV, and EDG right around this corner.
Nobody trying to hold the line here. A couple shots going to be going wide. He dances around that Sheriff, but Ospas eventually on the repeat is able to find his mark. Simon similarly taken down. HP going to be low on a couple players here on the side of Leviathan, so some damage opportunity still can be dealt here by EDG. John Kurtz in the back of sight. Take Chichu down to 22. The peek out from Kong. He's instantly dead. Chichu now trying to desperately hold as Smoggy swoops in from behind. Comes to the...
Shouldn't have got there.
How did that happen? Well, you might not have the answer to that question, but for your EDG right now, you absolutely take those.
Just a little bit of...
Nobody got to be careful here, though. Oh, there's an hand, and they lined up for him. Basically a collapse with that Spectre. Kong on the peek out, able to shut down King. Quick movements here from the side of EDG. Wanting as clean of a start to this half as they can possibly get, and right now it's looking like it may be flawless. Tex, of course, with that Sheriff in hand, does have to be respected. It's for reasons like that. Shock Dart going wide, looking to try to flush him out into the open. Fragment down to try to slow the flood, but Calm already forward here, waiting. Round default, trying to see if they can spot out anything. Watch is going to be sent. A Cloudburst in, 0 point. Taking away whatever util they have left as they swing onto the corner, and Calm catches them unawares. Cleans up 2. Now suddenly, spike can be planted. Or going to be grabbed, but Smoggy strikes from behind.
Spike down A.
Interrupts the plant. Now
30 seconds left.
they have to be pivoting back and forth. 180. Watching every single angle. They know that Smoggy is in behind them. Calm down to 7. The one to try to hold the line first, but Smoggy catches King out into the open. Like to try to flush out that back sight. Chichu just pulling back. Aspas trying to hold things down here. Time starting to tick. They swing in, and Smoggy collects them both. The four tucks back behind the wall, but pings come down. LEV have a very strong understanding of his position. That's quite a bit of damage, so as they all go cutting across towards yellow. Full HP bars whittled away at here. Spike gets planted. Retake now, getting ready to come through, but Kong finds an opener. Aspas going to be on the ground. The Guardian now passing hands as Tex picks it up. Fragment into the back. As Tex is going to be flushed out into the open, and Chichu, it's enough of an angle for him to go ahead and collect the kill. King trying to hold the line, finds himself a second. Mazzino gets the other. And now King is trying to cause, but still ends up falling. Jump out, that is going to be a body tag there on the Calm. Gets taken low, but not taken down. His knives now do get popped.
You should run.
Kong on the fast rotate. As the lockdown gets placed here at B. 4 players alive, but not even a full HP bar between 2 of them as Tex and Calm, both dangerously low.
And you don't have Smoggy to cover this plant.
You do not. There's a jump out and Calm punished on the jiggle, just trying to get that recon out towards Snowman. Kong shuts down those hopes and dreams. Recon quickly going to be cleared out, but Kong now repeats from the flank, and Aspas is not ready for it. Knives going to be a little bit in play, but it's a fairly shallow one sent here from the side of EDG, but it stops them from pushing forward. It makes them think twice. Tex now dropping out from Kitchen. Does get spotted out. Hunter's Fury crashing across. As Calm goes on the hunt, just trying to open up some space here for his team, but nobody now. Finding one. Aspas, knowing that Kong is stuck in the corner, swings out, does find Chichu. Takes him down, but now they counter Hunter's Fury on the opposite side. They're trying to find that elimination, but it looks like widely they will be able to get away scot-free. The pit now going to be invested here from King. The push up onto the corner, the shorty. He takes him down. Aspas dead. Weapon swapped. Vandal now in hand, but they still have to deal with King, and he's in his element. Just wait out that null, though. I mean, there is not really any ambiguity here. Drone doesn't quite get the spot there on the Smoggy. Maybe it turns back. Either way, he's still stagnant. Now strike, but oh my god! The flick from Aspas is absolutely disgusting. Smoggy now dead. The potential for that pit taken away. Aspas resurrected for a moment. Does find 2. Mazzino, weapon in hand, put to the good use. Chichu, Simon both going to be taken down. Up here from Kong now, last man standing. Dash at the ready, moves up into the cold, recovers the weapon.
Everybody from EDG except Smoggy is here, and that knife, it's a lot of info.
Trying to spam him out. Aspas will be countered as Simon does fall. 1 for 1 so far. Kong sticking around, lingering, gets rewarded for his patience. Finds one. Tex answering back a kill there on the nobody, but the man advantage still here in the hands of EDG. As they once again look to tie things up, and there's still going to be 2 nanos set up on this B site here. Time ticking. Delay tools available. Smoggy, even if he just comes away with 1, he might just be able to get both, though. They're rushing forward. They think that he's gone ahead and evacuated. Now he strikes. The spike, kill, Panther, absolutely dead. Back Raptor, but Smoggy's been taken down, dealt with over here on B, but now Aspas traded out. And that is the tip of the spear, cut off.
And just a little bit of an adjustment here from Leviathan. You're going to send Tex out on a counter lurk to deal with Smoggy.
Here from Chichu, Leg's going to be spotted. Calm as he brings out the shots. He will reveal his position, so now needs to tuck back. Kong is in. Knife pulled. Gets a spot, but King gets the shot, takes him down. Chichu pushing forward. Tries to bail them out. 8 bullets remaining here in the mag. Mazzino running away, just slowly walking out. Time is dwindling, though. Chichu, when does he make the call? When does he try to go for the defuse? He's right above him. He's making noise. He spotted him for a brief little moment. He's trying to spam him out. He will, but he just can't. But now he's in a very committed position. Aspas gets up over the top. Going to be spotted out. Cloud bursts the recon. Looks to re-aggress. Kong is playing this on a knife's edge. He isn't spotting anything. Shock dart lobbed over towards him. Just cannot make those shots connect.
But he's bought time.
30 seconds left.
He's waited out the smokes. He's got the rest of his team here.
At what point do they just call an audible to try to rotate out? Is it off the back of this pit? The answer's going to be no, because the pit doesn't exist anymore. Mazzino just swings in. Blind spray across, and Smoggy is found. Fragment, oh my god, King!
Right at the edge of the smokes. They're going to try to find those opportunities, those
taken down on top of 410. King quick and clean with it. Smoggy now going to start to rotate over to try desperately to stop this push, but Chichu has found maybe a bit of alert timing here. It's very far forward.
There's nobody watching this.
No one's watching it here for the moment. They're getting ready to go ahead and strike. All eyes focused on the site itself as nobody holding close finds the first. Hunter's Fury is available, but he's inside the force, popping out. Chichu strikes. Kong calls it back over towards the site, but the tags cannot be found now. The plant going to be coming through, and the pit will be in play. A quick peek there from Mizzino, seeing nothing there because of the cove. Simon able to find one. Tech's going to be dealt with. Ping's coming down on the flank, but Ozpos also felled. It's a 3v5 with King tagged low. Calm, however, managing to find one. Chichu cleared out. Kong here flush against the pit. Pushes up, finds two as King and Calm both fall to the floor. And now it is all in Mizzino. But he's been...
Now, Leviathan not giving him that space.
A couple shots ringing out. King repositioning though. This is again just a bit of a bait setup here. Calm can swing out. Back yellow, now presence is known, and Kong is dead. And this time there can be no counter trade. EDG down a man. As Tex jumps his way back up into kitchen, just watching the exit.
30 seconds left.
Watching this too. And Ozpos so far forward. Dash still at the ready. Footsteps going to be heard. The jump out, and Ozpos finds one. Simon's going to be dealt with.
Down A.
I felt like Chichu needed to win that fight over in kitchen. Now all eyes are on him. Swings out and Tex takes him down. Now, with 12 seconds, it's overtime. There's no reason to not play for it, but Smoggy just does not have anything working for him. All odds against him. Look at a snappy headshot, but that
Needs to play his life, like we saw a few rounds ago, and is already stepping back.
timing's about to be so poor for him. He's up over the top, but Ozpos is not checking for him. And Ozpos ends up falling. Swing out from Mizzino. Smoggy able to tuck back. Gets out scot-free. King again going to be noted, just trying to keep some attention over towards this A side. But Smoggy saying, no, there's more than one. The rotate starts coming through. Smoggy, however, he gets straight through, finds another. Tags knocked down to 10 HP. And it seems like we're not going to be getting away with a clean victory in overtime for LEV. EDG look to reset as it's just King and Calm left standing. Chichu spotting one, but there's a swing out, but Mizzino cannot find the kill. Chichu strikes him down. 5-4 now as Ozpos dashing away. Tex, however, holding close. Takes Kong's head off, looks for a little bit more. Decides to tuck back. Turret going to be set up. Calm will find Chichu, flushing him out of mid. Gets the punish there too. Simon going to be spotted here in the corner. Ozpos readjust. He just take out nobody.
Sending a few players, this time 2 players, over towards B instead of just Tex. They're going to have King join him as well. Try to see if they can deal with some of these EDG players. Smoggy.
Now this is all to disguise Kong, who's about to strike. He lost one. He's trying to spot them out, play it patiently, waiting for the moment that he's got line of sight, but the teammates still falling around him, but there it is! Gets the spray down, Tex trying to go for the 180, but he cannot make it happen. The man advantage there, but this is still dangerous territory here for EDG. Nobody tucked in behind the box. Hearing the footsteps, Mizzino pushes his way up into the site. He's waiting to strike. Util in hand, cannot confirm the kill, swings down and somehow Calm!
Overtime. Now the rest. EDG going to group up. Potentially going for that decisive hit, but once again got a lot of Leviathan holding their feet.
Ozpos here on the close right side. Goes unchecked for a brief little moment, but Kong still able to adjust. Finds that kill, but Tex finds a nice timing, peeks out, gets himself one, Kong gets another!
Down A.
It's Smoggy and nobody now. Last 2 members standing versus 3. It's very much come down to whoever realistically can get this attacking win. And right now, it looks like it's not going to be any easier for them as Smoggy has everything to do. Swaps over to the Vandal, 10 bullets.
If there's anybody who can.
The year that he's had, the tournament that he has had, you would be correct. But odds are stacked against him, and now there's a cove in play. It's being watched, and he just cannot flush it out. Thrown to lead forward here. Simon nearly punished. They force the dash back. This A site is being conquered. Smoggy just disrespecting the nano, slides across, tries to get himself tucked here. Kong approaching from behind, but this time it's being watched, and the turret is set up there to go ahead and reinforce Texas position. Smoggy flushed out. LEV have been adapting on the fly. The pop flash sent Simon, only going to be good for 1. And Chichu has been taken out. 10 HP from Kong with not a hope in hell. 4 players to try to work through, and he cannot get the first. 16-14 once again. LEV pushed to the limit on Icebox, but once again, they get the win.
The script is written in stone for Leviathan here at Champions 2024. Every time on Icebox, it's overtime, and every time, it's Leviathan.
Calm for Aspas.
Absolutely. Feels like they could potentially be on their way once again. I really like the way the desk was talking. Sprinted for the C site. Are going to go for that mound plant. Not that off weird one.
Smoggy, though, holding close. They're ready for this. A little bit of damage going to be taken down, but a nice headshot from Aspas. Able to go ahead and flush out that Clo. At the same time, going to be finished off. So now the Cypher, not a worry. Chichu tucked away here on the corner. Blind comes through, but I don't think they've registered this position at all now. He will make his presence known as Aspas falls to the wayside. Paranoia across. King is tucking away for the moment. Mazzino desperately wanting Simon to go for the peak here at Waterfall. He does. Mazzino wins at the fight, but does eat some damage. Kong on the swing, takes his head off with the classic. Can get that weapon upgrade in EDG. That's already quite a bit of fire power, but you've got two players in behind him. Looking to scale up, take some space. Tech's going to be noted here in the corner of the Seas. Gets the catch. The Aftershock to try to take him down, but he's able to dance around to the side of it. Stun though. Chichu through that will still be able to find the kill. Brings it now into a 4v4, but you have the push in from behind. Calm looking to take some space, maybe find a timing. It is just a classic. Aspas bringing out a couple shots, trying to get a connection here. Mazzino down low, King on the peak. Head gets taken off. Chichu snappy with that headshot. Gets them back into the end of Aspas, but ultimately they will go their separate ways, and Aspas will go diving into the spike. Cycle, but this trap wire is set up on them. Potentially protected, try to play off of, not cleared yet. EDG don't go for any kind of deep presence here on the site, then maybe they can avoid them, nullify them effectively.
Spike planted.
As for now, they have. They just pop. Kong pushing forward, works his way over towards stairs. Trapwire now can be noted. Swing out, Mazzino going to be good for one, but Simon trades it back. The slide in, Kong unable to stabilize that aim, ends up falling to the wayside. It's Smoggy dragging back, finds one with the Spectre. Just now the Sheriff in hand, though, shoulder to shoulder, alongside Aspas, who's just lingering within that smoke. Paranoia going to be sent. He has to pull back, gets himself tucked into towards tree. Weapon scooped up, a Bulldog now in hand, but three players to try to play against it. He cannot find the first. Two on the floor, but the defuse comes in. Lev, not a jiggle peek, I believe. Didn't quite get to see it. I'm sure it'll make the replay package regardless of who wins the round. That is a nasty shot to be found. And a very bad target if you're Lev to have be on the floor. Omen now out of play. Smoke's gone. Aftershock to try to delay the approach here. Kong just waits that out. Now looks to push forward, take some space. The fade lurking here within the smoke. Kong pushes out, does manage to find one. Mazzino as well, picking up a kill before getting traded out. Right now to come through. 3v2 with some at distance, not allowing for Lev to tie things up.
And it's just a great round for EDG. This time they're able. They have a great just feel for the tempo of this map. I'm just so impressed watching them throughout this event.
Fault lines at the ready here for both sides. The run forward, King gonna be stunned up the slide in. Chichu finds the first, and Chichu finds them both. Mazzino dead, not before he takes out that enemy Neon. But EDG, once again, fantastic position with a man advantage as that plant gets ready to come through. Simon, go ahead and get ready to set this one up. Forward on the stairs, Paint Shell's gonna go in, bounces back, it'll do a smattering of damage and flushes him forward. They're able to get a couple more tags onto him. Just managed to go ahead and disconnect from the top of the site.
Still
a bit more safety.
So much util here for EDG.
Check. The clear out comes through. Aftershock to save them off over here in Waterfall. Chichu now setting up the smoke. Watch the angle. Calm taking a bit of damage. Sends him out in reply, but nobody. Eventually back, looking alive and well. Not allowing. Take out Mazzino as well. The key ultimate dodge there, but Kong does still eat quite a bit of damage. Advantage in theory for now here on the side of Lev. Aspas pushing up past Mound, taking a peek, but not spotting much.
EDG needs to break out and re-clear some of that space. Kong going to be the one to do so, to check behind, see if there's any quick lurks. Seen Calm go for them. Aspas flirted with it, but holding his ground.
Carly hits the trap. Tex finding one. Smoggy not dead yet. Pops the ultimate to get himself back in. Damage not going to be found yet. It's Boombot will lead the way up into the smoke. But Kong finds the timing. Just slides right past it. The flash comes through. Major opener here for the side of Kong Kong. And Smoggy is ready for the jiggle peek. Just takes his head off, and now, I mean, take your pick.
Yep.
What side did you try to fake, keep some interest here on this C side, but LEV is very much aware of the game plan here from EDG. It's still going to be a major commitment given the Tex and Mazzino are both down so very low on health.
Oh, it's going to be really difficult to put it mildly.
This angle, though.
He's going to go for it.
It catches onto multiple players.
No way.
Managed to find the avoid here onto one. The fault line, the count.
And they're going to try to gamble towards A, see if they can deal with this rebel control that EDG likes to take. I mean, you got everything but the Cypher. So you got that Nightfall. Look at Kong Kong. He's sprinting for the door.
His way forward, but is going to be hindered up here. Get the spot onto Onspots, who just swings out, takes his head off. He's up for the challenge. He wins it out. Stinger finds value. Simon going to be taken down. Nobody now trying to survive here. Back Rebel alongside Chichu, but Chichu finds the headshot to put down Calm, but now all the advantages here in the hands of LEV.
More, especially with this Nightfall coming in, going to have to be the choice.
Did just barely clip there on the Calm. Going to be audioless here for the moment, but already a lot of players in position. The final two getting ready to join, working their way through the spawn, and nobody's going to be taken down off the rip, trying to scale forward, trying to get himself over towards drop. He ends up getting punished, and Kong Kong is stricken by the Prowler, has his head taken off. Neural Theft now comes into play. The ping to reveal them all. Tex pushing forward, gets past that aftershock. Do they register this? Saucepots will get full flash. Chichu on the peak, finding one, but no, they weren't ready for it. Tex finding one before getting taken down, and Chichu cannot hold the line. It's now all down to Smoggy. As that overhealing coming through, finds the first! Nearly gets himself a second, but LEV trying to hold him in place. The Rolling Thunder going to be used here proactively. Does get the stun here onto Calm, but the smoke will obfuscate, and King immediately TPs over to this side of the map. Aftershock this time will hold him at base, stop a player from getting down to the drop as the plant comes through. Kong Kong up top, wins out the fight. Calm going to fall, but they still have not scouted King. Do they anticipate that there's going to be somebody in this position? The answer is absolutely not. Simon caught unawares. Deals with the one player. Kong Kong going to be taken down. Chichu just has not been able to flush him out. Now just 6 bullets. He's reinforced. Mazzino joins in the fight. Chichu dead. Nobody in Smoggy versus 3. King tagged up. Smoggy stunned for the moment. Forced away. Some spray across. Mazzino getting tagged. Tap onto the spike. Only 2 ultimates in play are on EDG side. Chichu with the TP. Smoggy with the not dead yet. Paint shells from hotspots will try to slow things up as the suns come through. Kong Kong having to reroute. Slides around, but now comes over here towards water. Cannot transition over onto that second player. Mazzino scoops up the Vandal. Immediately finds value, but cannot get that Rolling Thunder through. But look at the HP bars. Damage has been dealt. Calm spotted on the swing out. Goes for the fight, but Smoggy wins it out. Ult is online and out as Tex all on his lonesome. They're all so very low. Can he divide and conquer? Dodges the smokes. Smoggy dead. Ult now going to be popped. He slides back. He's just keeping it revealed, but doesn't swing fast enough to actually find the punish.
30 seconds
Sticks around. Doesn't really notice much. Now the pivot comes through. Tex taking some space, pushing his way through upper. See if EDG read this one, because Chichu's going to be the first one to try to clash against him, and Kong Kong sliding forward. He's able to find one. Smoggy similarly fighting the orb, trying to see if they get anything to peek out. So now Mazzino on decent pace to try to get that Rolling Thunder online, but Simon, situated behind the box, has that fault line ready to go. Any noise, any contact, he's going to be sending it. Prowler comes through, will swing onto the corner, a bit of damage going to be done, and now Smoggy able to isolate and just pick them all apart. The aftershock to flush them right back out into the open as well. Now Tex just sat here, wondering what the hell happened. Certainly has mastered this. Heavy stack though, as Tex, right now, lone player on this side. Slide forward though, and Kong Kong once again putting that stinger right to his temple, takes him down. Simon playing limit testing here within the smoke, seeking a timing.
They have no idea.
The plant's coming through, silently creeping across the plant, interrupted. His presence made known. Flops over to the Sheriff, down to 87, and he will eventually fall. Spike can now be planted, but he ensures the man advantage. As EDG will look to retake, look to win out, and convert this bonus. Paranoia across the slide in, the haunt revealed, and Kong Kong does get taken down. Calm with a solid headshot is able to go ahead and bring numbers back to parity. Tries to get up onto the box, does manage to find Smoggy before being taken down, but now it's nobody. Could recover a weapon if he wants to make some noise. for now, and that they're all going to be having these half armors. And he wants to take advantage. They're on the Prowler for now. Simon again pushing his way forward here into the smoke. Paranoid crashes across, but already Smoggy finding one. Pushes out, looks for a little bit more, but he's got the ultimate to play off of. A peeking from Simon, a spray across. He finds one, but Ospas quick to trade it back. Ospas trading up. As now Chichu will be eliminated. And while that outlaw is in play, suddenly it is not the weapon that Kong wishes that he had. He's trying to take some space, pushing forward, taking out a blind shot. Ultimately, comes up Trey, a reveal off the Haunt, and Ospas getting ready to strike from behind, the slow creep up. Ooh, Kong narrowly avoiding these pixels, but it seems like Kong is not registering this at all, but now, with the ult popped, he finds one. Paint shells coming through. Kong, he knows where he's at, he holds it to half, eats a little bit more damage. Back for now, gets himself up over the top, sends it out blind. A little bit of damage going to be taken as a Prowler. Scout Simon over here towards the door. Does he just send him out? Oh. Simons doesn't need audio. Snaps in, finds two, looks for a little bit more. They line up for him, but he cannot take the shot. But still, damage is done. Parity is found, a 3v3. And health, the advantage here for the side of EDG. Zero Step gets a second ping, fast lane to try to slow them up, but they're just Smoggy and Chichu, the two lobby leaders. He knows that this is not a great position, and he will fall. Smoggy gets the final kill. 13-4, EDG answer back in a monstrous way. Not dissuaded by losing out in overtime on Icebox. Advantage being able to ban out two that you do not want to play, or if you're going to have to make the run through that lower bracket and risk elimination.
So much pressure here onto EDG. Trying out a new comp, adding in that Astra like we've seen with Fnatic and Heretics. But to some limited success, teams have done a good job adjusting to it. Leviathan using that high tide to gain a lot of space and information, but EDG wise to it, setting up some defenses of their own to try to counter that move, and it will be Leviathan who readjusts and moves back to their starting positions. King, though, going to be jiggling at that angle along with Calm, trying to watch mid, trying to take control of this. The smoke's going to come up for EDG to allow this cross. But it's pinged out. You don't have a ton of info, though, as Leviathan. Hard to get a read right now on where EDG is, what they're thinking. The only thing you can really see is that star that's right in front of Tex.
Tex watching into main, not at window, as Kong slowly creeps out, puts a shot across onto him. Can't confirm the kill, but certainly takes him lower. Cam around the corner. Start coming through, now will be cleared out and removed. Tex just tucking back here for the moment, expecting this push out, but he glides back into the smoke, breaks that line of sight for a moment. Meanwhile, Ospas over in mid, able to win out versus Chichu, taking down the enemy Astra. So now, don't have to worry about those grab pulls.
Right here.
Flash at the ready here from Simon. Swing onto the corner, sends it out. King not getting caught by that, but does catch a bullet. Shots through, reveal coming down, push onto the corner, and Mazzino clean the last two eliminations. Leviathan will go for a fast rotate.
I mean, they're using their util really nicely to keep Leviathan really off balance.
Star's now going to be set. Nebula's going to come up.
30 seconds
Recon
left.
reveals nothing. Ping coming down, suspecting somebody on the opposite side of that wall, and they would be correct. Mazzino looking to push forward, catches a glimpse, gets a couple shots across. Smoggy going to be down to 30, but Spike's now planted. Shocked to try to soften them up on the approach, but damage not going to be found there. 0 point sent. Just the one. Calm. Utilis here for the moment. Just has that one shock dart at the ready. As nobody swinging across. He's been absolutely unscouted here. Finds a headshot to put down King. The Kong's dead. The Marshal out of play. Code being spammed. Fragment comes in. They'll hold it at least for the half. Not sure if EDG realizes that it's been taken that far, but will it matter? Chichu now last one standing. Gets swung on.
For Leviathan. Yes, they get the win. But it's a very costly one for sure. The bonus looking rather weak for the side of Leviathan. Just that Outlaw and the Bulldog.
Another Sheriff in there. Looks like they want to try to go a bit aggressive here. It's going to be Paranoia out, but Kong swung out ahead of it. Does not get caught. Puts quite a bit of damage down as Calm backpedaling. Falls at 22. The opening fight very much goes the way of EDG. Nobody. Getting set up here for a lineup. Making sure that he's right on the edge.
Just curious about Leviathan's answer to this is going to be that drone going around the edge of the map.
Going out wide, gets the tag on the one, looking for concuss on the close left side. Trap wire going to be cleared out, but the reveal is good enough for Tex to go ahead and find the shots. He takes out Kong. One player dead, the first step taken. Calm. Recon right into the head of Smoggy, but Smoggy just turns his...
Here, anticipating the early pressure. Gun going to be snagged for Aspas on the way out.
And we'll sprint over.
Advantages that you're trying to create here by showing presence on both sides of the map to get these plants down and get into your post plants.
Well, they're basically just trying to replace the Sentinel with the additional smoke. Take information away to try to get the advantage there, but Aspas dead right before he drops down off the top of the box. Gets a little bit of damage across, but not too much to be found there as Fragment. Calm not going to be caught. Spam, however, not quite in line, but as he readjusts, final couple bullets ring out and nobody will be taken down. 4v4 for the retake as LEV try to establish a further lead here. See what the post plant looks like here for the side of EDG. Sharker flying through. Tiny amount of damage here onto Smoggy. Widely untouched. Quick tap in. Some wild spray across. Kong willing to maybe give his life, but it's actually going to be Simon who ends up falling. Paranoia now going to be sent out. There's the Harbor. Ultimate coming into play. 2 players left standing. Stun. Getting ready to connect here on the Chichu. Smoggy tries to hold them back. They're just being pushed and prodded.
But still, it's just great ideas from Leviathan, understanding the win cons of this EDG comp and using it against them.
Oh. Well, okay. I was going to say some wall bang shots there on Aspas. The Tex just gets rid of Kong. Vandal now on the floor. Nobody nearby to try to recover that. Say no one nearby to try to recover that. Now the neural death is going to be coming through as well. So EDG say, okay, we have to up the tempo maybe a little bit, but now there's a drone on the opposite side, so they have to pull back. Space now being taken as Aspas goes on a big rotate. Working his way over towards mid with that outlaw in hand.
Oh, this util is just chewing up EDG. They've taken so much damage trying to get through. Great response from Leviathan.
And this is such a rough position now. Everybody's HP bars in tatters, just Smoggy at full. Fragment into the back. They're going to try to make a go of this one. This Chichu up over the top. Cannot find the first target. Mazzino strikes him down. Finds himself a second.
EDG, both teams having their Hunter's Fury. Kong with that Blade Storm. EDG's creative with the Blade Storm on this map. Sure, a lot of you have seen that Smoggy highlight clip, but Tex just says no.
Yeah, just sprints over top of the Fragment. Seems like they don't anticipate this, but they haven't read Smoggy's position until that very last moment. Tex does get caught off guard as Chichu comes bouncing across the way. Zeno still sat here. But Cross, he just catches a glimpse of nobody. But nobody's taking his time. And it seems like EDG have...
There's the Hunter's Fury.
There's the Hunter's Fury. Nobody getting tagged. And this time, Calm will find some revenge. A solid way to kick off this round and try to keep EDG at arm's length distance. Cosmic Divide is cutting this side apart. The drone from Calm about to come through, spotting them out. Unable to hear it on the opposite side of that wall. Now the reveal, but Smoggy pulled up with the box. Going to be good for one. Mazzino taken down. Peeks up for a little bit more. And Simon just goes pushing into its back sight. He ends up falling with Kong. Quickly replies, trying to get back. A 3v3 with an operator on the opposite side. Spike ticking away. As Calm works his way up here.
Right here.
Gets to the tower.
Right here.
Recon to try to scout. Ping's coming down, having a solid... Oh, he's got him again!
Landed on him!
Absolutely pinned him! That's the second time! Now they look for the clear up at Smoggy! Still finding one. Aspas out point blank range, finds the other. Chichu, last man standing, Guardian in hand.
You gotta go.
It's planted here on the bridge. The time, it's ticking. Aspas just trying to wait for it. Sets up for the cover, the ground.
Even though it doesn't land, a couple bullets came out at it, so they know there's a couple there. EDG this time wisely waiting out this util dump that happened the last time they threw that flash through that high tide. Reckoning here, though.
Base going to be taken, but King able to find one. The drop there from Calm, right before the Paranoia crashes across. He catches a glimpse, and Kong catches a stray.
30 seconds left.
What a turnaround on how things started. EDG now widely just contained back here into main. Did they actually try to play for this? Again, economy not in a great spot. Chichu noted there.
Right there.
Time going to be ticking. Hope gets ready to expire. Recon up over the top. And yeah, they're just going to be sat here.
From Kong. Just cold as ice. Gets that kill and dips. Still, though,
Now you got 3 players playing in mid.
Well, I think that Kong push really had to call attention to this space, right? Where Kong is. Oh, God.
Well, anticipates it. Nobody wins it out with a classic. Some tags in there from Smoggy, but Kong now going to be taken out, dealt with. Looks like Smoggy just wanting to get towards that A side as fast as possible. Doesn't go for the recovery on the weapon. They will carry forward at least one Vandal. That was Chichu. Grabs up Kings. Tough sat here. The recon coming through. Full flash into his face. Still manages to get the recon out. It's going to be cleared. Pushes forward. Now going to be concussed. Just staying sat here, hoping he doesn't get spammed down. Shock dart. Will be able to find nobody, but not before the plant comes in. Calm alive means it's still going to be a 3v3.
Here.
Can they flush him out again?
Right there.
So difficult.
Previously, it was the Reckoning, just keeping everybody stunned contained here in Maine. This time, they don't have that.
They don't have anything.
Push up into the smoke, and Cheech
Through that angle, gets caught completely off guard. It's painful for EDG, to say the least.
It absolutely is. Constantly been trying to tie things up here on this map, but just haven't been able to make it happen. LEV just continue. Just stay one step ahead. Hunter's Fury now going to be sent out, as nobody's just blind fishing, and nothing bites.
30 seconds left.
Time dwindling for EDG. This has to be quick, and there can't be much resistance if they're going to get this plant down.
20 seconds is Calm, ready for it. Out of line of sight of that dart. Eats a bit from the fragment to try to reposition the swing out, and Ospot's not going to be good for it. Simon does manage to find the kill, but Calm still here. Spike now on the floor, off the side of the map for a brief little moment, but Simon, as they stomp their way forward here into the site, plant can come through unhindered. Tex is spraying through that smoke. Kong just trying to stay quiet. Sat up top. As nobody sprays up in towards heaven and actually does manage to find a kill there on a King. Paranoia now not available for the retake. Jiggle peeking, and the Kong clearly spotted out. Ponytail maybe giving him away either way. He gets tagged low, but still just repeats back in towards the site. Gets a headshot there on the Tex. Dodges out the shock dart. Repeaks, finds another. Value continuing to be found. Paranoia now moves across. As Calm has to reposition, but Chichu is ready to strike, intercepting these rotations, these exits. He's now stuck.
Missing, and they couldn't complete what they had tried to do off the rip. And EDG finds that one narrow gap. And here comes that Cosmic Divide to try to give themselves the ability to plant towards that bridge.
Flash sent Kong working his way in towards the back. Does he actually want to push this one? The answer is going to be yes. He lands right in behind Tex. Already though, Messi coming through. Is Zeno going to be taken down? But Calm finding two. The Hunter's Fury is absolutely monstrous. Now into a 2v2. Spike not yet planted the drone. Working his way across, spotting them both out. Looking for the shots. Shock dart lobbed in. Nobody slides forward. Plant out, ready to come in. King just a bucky in hand on the far side of the smoke. If nobody pushes up, it'll almost certainly be a dead man. Quickly cleared out, but Simon Widely just has to backpedal now. Entry comes in, Ospos taking space, confirming that back sight is going to be cleared out. The plant can now be made. Tex, once again, Sheriff in hand, good for one. This Ospos looks for a little bit more, but ultimately will be felled. Simon finding that kill. As he traded back to the interrupt. A 3v3 for now. The Spike not in play quite just yet. 0 point connecting on the 2. Hold coming through. Chichu rerouting, getting his way up in towards heaven. Star set up. Done. LEV very much in control of this site. Recon exchange. Cove now going to be sent to try to slow up the approach even more. With a Spectre to hold the line. The players on the opposite side of this very dangerously low.
Slip the net.
A quick turn back, but Chichu's not looking for it. He's not peeking in towards backside. He just has his sight set here on main. Catches a glimpse there on a Mazzino. Has nobody nearly caught with Util in him, but now the jig is up.
Right there.
They know his positions.
Right there.
Let's continue taps here on this Spike plan, but not actually being committed to quite just yet. Paranoia already set, but Kong play with a sliver of visibility. Finds one. Tex resetting the aim. Mazzino up on top. Comes up with one. Kong going to be taken low.
King.
Reload has to come through, and King, yep, slinking it around the back. Decides to strike now. The wall to be
10
broken.
seconds left.
Text some warning shots, but Smoggy's so wise to it would seem. Plant's coming in around the back. He's gonna drop down. He finds the kill, but he cannot interrupt. Oh, and now it's a 1v1. The smoke's situated. He sees the drop, and he knows that he's taking him low. Shots have connected, but King waiting it out. Right click spam. He goes for the push, and Smoggy wins it. B in window. 3-man push in towards Simon. He's here at the ready. Spots leading the charge. That outlaw scoped in. He sees one. Flash now sent. Forces out the dash. But they're still here. Chicho around the back. Caught as Mazzino comes up with the kill. Kong Kong now trying to sit, but Spots will strike him down. Just peeking in with the outlaw. Finds its mark. Looks for another quick peek, quick shot, quick death. Smoggy eliminated, and now
Here.
it's nobody all on his lonesome.
So difficult.
Just about the full kit here, but Calm the first.
Aspas has his blades too, but hasn't popped them yet. Just the outlaw in hand. Watching for top mid aggression.
Making plenty of noise though. Kong Kong hearing this, wants to go for the peek. Spots Tex out first, but King with the counter swing will be able to take him down. No further damage to be found. Aspas still protected.
Great fundamental awareness of the map here by Leviathan. King at the right time to back up his teammates.
Wanting that orb. You know it's inevitably going to be a B hit, but it's just nobody in Smoggy to try to slow things up with those sheriffs.
They're just picking him apart. It's like taking a petal off a flower, piece by piece. Oh my God.
Wow. It's a blind check. Not just Smoggy. Been their hero time and time again, but this time pulling off a thrifty. Seems like a bridge too far, especially as Chichu, his only backup, has been taken away from him. Will eventually find the shot, but does get ping revealed down to 38 as they just spray through the box. But in the end, this spike is going to detonate. Left, that's Aspas ready as the orb gets taken. And there's the send. Simon and Chichu now going to be dancing here on the site, trying to avoid what they can. A quick pop into the astral form from Chichu, ends up getting stunned up. Swings back out, catches a glimpse here. Calm doesn't end up getting taken down, and Chichu somehow reestablishes the aim. Finds Mazzino. Simon dropping out of tower. Takes out King, and suddenly, this round has been turned completely and utterly on its head.
Able to use the smoke to cover the recon dart.
Doesn't actually scan his position.
10
Just
seconds
giving the money. I
left.
mean, do you want to swing out and try to go? Simon showing that shoulder and not reading that they were that far forward. Aspas takes him down. That's going to be a weapon now scooped up into this Jet's hands. He peeks. A couple knives going to be going wide. Dashes up to the side. Grabs the rope.
I know exactly where you are.
Pressure now getting built up. The neural depth going to be sent out. Hunter's Fury. Sent.
30 seconds
Calm seeking target this time. Looks like won't be quite rewarded with a kill, but get a final shot there on to Kong Kong and Mazzino. Can collect two. Looking for a thrifty of
Boss obscured at all costs, making sure that this Blade Storm is not noted because, oh boy.
They're completely stuck. They're here on the side of the map. Will run out of knives. Nobody will be able to hold his ground, but there's still plenty more players to try to go through. Shock dart going to be shorted. There's the ping out on the Tex. The swing, nobody's going to start trying to creep in from behind, but there is a trap wire set up to intercept him.
Oh, this Cosmic Divide right in front of both sites.
Time is ticking. 15 seconds remaining. The spike still being brought forward. But is this all a bait? Is this a ruse? Seems like given the player count, the answer is going to be no, but King could just CP across the other side of the map. And Simon, only going to be good for one. Time still dwindling. Hunter's Fury opened up, looking for the interrupt here on the plant, but the plant still comes in. Chichu, however, spots out the final player, and he's already cleaned up three. The Reese swing, the Reese! Keeps himself nice and safe. Nobody moves forward here onto the side to try to reinforce. Calm now going to be spotted, but Aspas starts going for the peek out of heaven. Tex spotted, doesn't register that nobody's there. Does end up getting traded out as Mazzino finds another kill. Kong Kong now so far forward in a committed position, takes the off shot, cannot find it, has to swap the weapons over. The backside is being filled up. Dealt with. As Aspas and Tex going to walkabout, sliding around the backside of this. Smoke, this wall for now, keeps them obfuscated. It seems like nobody is reading this though. He's paid in, but now the smoke gonna be dropping, and they're both lined up, but Chichu answers one back. Drops down into the site, Tex swooping around, but it loses the timing. He ends up falling, and now it is just Calm. Chef potentially an advantage for them as Kong repositioning. He's getting on a different angle, and he hits the shot on the updraft! Sniping out spots out of the sky! Tex though barrels forward, up through main. The jump out of the smoke though, and Kong takes his head off of the shorty. Goes for the peek, the updraft, the shot. Mazzino shuts it down. We're into a 2. Once again, one away from a reckoning.
They keep trying it, and it keeps not really working. Maybe this round will be different. Gonna give him the orb here. See if they can set up for this. Simon, Smoggy on this B site.
Reckoning sent, full attention paid here to this site. Simon setting up the pop flash and trying to sway to try to slow things up. Hunter's Fury from Calm crashing across as Osmos goes on the hunt, but Simon hits the 90-degree turn and takes his head clean off. Man advantage now here in the hands of EDG as they look to bring this to a finish. Paranoia held from King. Tex scaling forward within the cage, but he's been spotted, and nobody claims his life. Cold drops, King dead. Smoggy finds the kill, finds the follow-up, and now it's Calm on his lonesome, and he can't do jack. 13-11. It is history continuing to be made as EDG takes China further and further beyond our expectations, further than they have ever been before finals. That second trophy for Calm, for Ospas, a little bit further out of reach, but still obtainable. That history can still be made. They could still lift it yet again, but it will once again for Calm have to